Hi, welcome to the Bad Art Show. I'm Jenna Sparrow. I have a couple of guests with me today. I have Eric Rocha.
Hi.
And also Kurt Metzger.
Yeah, I feel like my name should be on this board.
It's not.
I've been a guest.
My show.
I'm in the 3-time club.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about a fun topic today. I usually choose a topic that I think that the guest is going to be interested in, but this one worked perfectly, which I picked a topic that is an artist I really like, and also an artist that works for Pride Month. So we got all the different things.
Well, speaking of Pride Month.
When it's shame month, that's when I do all my hot fucking during shame month.
All right, well.
You don't even want to know what I do. It's shameful.
I got you, the chosen few. No, that's a pretty good one. His name's Alan Vernick. And then he's Argentinian.
Kurt hates it immediately.
And then I got you.
First of all, I don't have a DVD player, dude.
That's okay.
You got a digital download?
That's all right. I found these.
Of this perversion?
So I got you Paris Perfect.
This is like when some guy in the street tries to give me his rap CD.
You know what this...
And I go, I have no way to enjoy this. I don't have this format.
Really?
Okay, and I'll be honest, if I did put in the work to get the format, it's gay porn.
Yeah, that's great. I thought we were supposed to go outside of ourselves.
I
I'll tell you what, this guy really worked on his ass, though, I'll tell you that.
I thought it was a
great
gift that you like frame or something. I didn't know we were supposed to watch it.
No.
Sorry.
We're going to have to edit this off of YouTube. I'm going to have to put a
Yeah,
little
why did you hold that up?
censored thing.
Why would you hold something like that up?
Because it's hilarious. And I'm
I know,
glad that
people
you...
still watch DVDs of porn in this world.
I think it's really funny
Get
that
a
you
phone.
brought that after I
have a
picked a
phone.
Pride episode.
Oh, I know, right?
Oh, it was expensive because they're collector's items from the
No,
olden days?
I actually found those. What do you mean collector's items? He's young still.
Wait, what do you mean you found them? That means they're used.
Oh, no. At
So it's
my gay
expensive.
bar, they were trying to get rid of them, so I went and I grabbed the box.
Eric, you know what you can't find, though? And
What?
she tried to find them for me and Kyle when we did Pussies in Austin. The newest updated Pride flag. Pride
Yeah.
flag
Oh,
2.5.
wow, really?
You can't find them anywhere. I looked.
And she made the mistake when she asked of asking the bartender, do you have any more of those gay flags? And they were like, wait a minute, is this for a comedy act? Right?
They knew immediately that I was some sort of imposter because you know.
She didn't recite the
They
code.
won't sell one to you?
No,
a bar.
I think he would have given me one had I not said that because they had some flags around, and I think he thought I was either like bisexual or maybe I was just like a part of the community in some way.
She said it was for your son. I mean daughter.
And then when I said gay flag, his whole demeanor changed.
Solder.
Do you have an extra gay flag for my 4-year-old son? I mean daughter.
Okay, perfect.
That's how I try to kosher.
Well, today's episode is about an artist who I absolutely love. This artist is, I'm going to say, a gay icon. I'll give him that. Because he's kind of like a trailblazer. So, anyways, born in Dublin in 1909.
Wait, so that's not, okay.
What?
So that's not Sir Francis Bacon, the famous one.
No. So, okay, our
Who the
topic
hell is
today,
this?
our topic today is Francis Bacon, the artist. And he's born in Dublin in 1909, but he's actually British. He's from a British family. So his dad claims that he is the great-great-great-grandson of the elder half-brother of Sir Francis Bacon.
Hold on.
He dresses pretty gay.
Yeah, wait. Okay.
That Elizabethan collar.
Why did they wear a cock ring on their neck back then? Okay, so Sir Nicholas Bacon, first baronet gay.
Look, he's actually,
Baronet.
that facial expression looks like he's throwing shade at you as you speak.
I know.
I know.
He's
I feel like
offended.
Look at you. You're wearing a T-shirt.
Can you imagine if
Thank
you
for
had
dressing
that
up for your own podcast.
hanging up on your wall, and you feel like you're in a Harry Potter school, watching this thing, looking
It
at
is a
you.
Hogwarts ass
And
painting.
he's just heckling. He's catcalling all the younger boys.
I like the red background too. It's not as good as the King Charles hamburger bath portrait, but this one,
Well,
you can tell he's a generational Satanist. I mean,
I'm glad
that's
you brought
clear.
that up because that's a long line of these type of portraits. Have you seen the King Charles portrait?
No.
Oh, he just put out his like official king. What is
Oh,
it called? The
shit,
sovereign
really?
portrait, and it's like bloodbath red over
You
his
saw
whole
King Charles,
body.
Caden, right? His picture. Prince Charles. He is.
Wait, I'm going to look it up for you guys real quick. No, he's
never
king.
seen it?
He'll always be Prince to me.
The royal portrait came out. You tell me if you think anything is odd about this portrait.
Yeah.
People are being all conspiratorial, but it just is a normal portrait. Check it out.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
You tell. What's everybody making a big deal about? Does that seem odd at all?
But now you see the line that this comes
It looks
from.
like he's in ground chuck.
It was
You ever work at a grocery store? There he is having his hamburger bath, and a butterfly lands on his shoulder.
Oh my God. Did I just accidentally click out of that? Oh, it'll come back down. Anyways, that's the King Charles, the current 2024 King of England portrait is
That's
that.
creepy.
That butterfly represents the soul of a child he ate.
Oh my God.
Back to fucking Liam Neeson here.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, do you know Mike McRae?
No.
He does impressions on Jimmy's show. He did Liam Neeson, and he's trying to get Kevin Spacey back in Hollywood. And he goes, he was matooed recently. And he goes, instead of me too, he was grievously matooed.
It is so funny
my
to hear him say
favorite.
that. I'm going to clip it up and put it in the podcast because to hear him go, he's matooed. He's been matooed. It's amazing.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Francis. Oh, fun fact about Francis Bacon. So my mom's maiden name, Vender, which is one of them Americanized names,
Okay.
is Ventresca was my grandfather's original. And I thought they changed it to Ellis Island or something. But no, my great-grandfather, his name means bacon, and he was and they would call him Joe Bacon. And he had a lot of pride, so he changed his name to Vender because he was so embarrassed. They go, hey, Joey Bacon. And he was like really upset.
Is Vender,
I just found this out from my aunt.
Is Vender that much better? You're still
I
a
don't
street
understand the
I was
person.
going to say, why not go for a Wellington or
Look, I don't understand the dark minds of foreigners, okay?
I mean, that's
Like
clearly
my filthy
Italian. Yeah.
immigrant great-grandfather. His mind works on black magic and tomato sauce and murder. Who knows? Who the hell knows? Well, Grampy Pop was thinking. But anyway, bacon, it means bacon. My name Metzger means butcher, my dad's name, and my
Metzger's
mom's
butcher?
name means pork belly.
Yeah. So you're a double meat
Because
family.
I'm good at chopping that bacon.
All right, let's
don't-
get on one of these porns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm trying to turn you.
Well, back to our boy. Back to our boy Francis Bacon. Now I can't think about his name without.
Was I not supposed to tell
just
people we're
like-
still trying to do that?
Sorry, I'm trying to turn you.
Every gay stereotype I'm going to try to weave into this episode.
Love it.
Well, this has to do with the Boer War. Let's hear you do something with that.
Okay, anyways, Francis Bacon's dad was a veteran of the Boer War. He was also a racehorse trainer.
I bet.
The Boer War, I didn't know what that was. It's the South African Wars in between the Dutch colonists and the British.
Yeah.
Because the Dutch colonists wanted to be independent.
It's one of our first concentration camps of the world, as a matter of fact.
Oh, wow.
by,
Interesting. I
the
looked
great
it up.
Cecil Rhodes.
Yes. Yeah, I looked it up. You're right. It is one of the
They
first
have.
concentration
You can find
camps.
pictures, and you'd be like, "What is?" You're like, "What is this? Auschwitz?" And like, no, that's from the Boer War. With and here's one of the nice things about it: the concentration camp had both black and white people in it. Like it was like a
Wow.
So they were way ahead back then.
They were up. They were
We
up on
actually
the-
lost
Yeah,
some
because
technology.
it was anyone who was African got put in the concentration camp.
Yeah,
Can
so
she
there's-
say that?
included-
Wait a minute. Whoa.
No,
Including the
you know
Dutch
what it's in?
settlers.
If you see this movie Kingsman, so there's Kingsman, right? It's a good movie. I probably would be considered dangerous if you made it now, right? And then there's a movie called The King's Man with who's the guy, the Nazi from Schindler's List, actor
Oh, I haven't seen
Ralph.
that in forever.
It's
Rafe
Rafe
Fiennes, yeah.
Yeah, Rafe.
Rafe, yeah.
And he's
Voldemort.
and he's a star of it.
Yeah.
And it actually tells the story of the conspiracy to start World War I, but it makes them like the hero, the Kingsman. You know, they're like the secret.
Oh, yeah. I
If you watch
gotcha.
Men in Black, it's also
it's
about a
fake.
secret group that's above all the governments that's protecting you.
Wait,
right?
have I seen The Kingsman? The King's Man? I don't.
No, I was. No, you didn't.
I haven't ever seen that. I'm curious. I want to watch that.
And like Rasputin's in it.
Yeah.
The what? And they make a whole big thing. But that whole secret shit is based on Cecil Rhodes' round
Well,
table.
he's in the porno too. Cecil Rhodes. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
That does kind of sound like
you know,
a gay
you know
porn.
any
name, isn't
Rhodes?
it, though?
You know any Rhodes scholars? I know you don't, but do you know?
Who knows Rhodes scholars? Eric, I know you.
I feel like I'm a butler, a housekeeper that he's just talking to.
Eric. Okay. Or as I know you,
Sorry.
Federal Agent Joseph Valente.
It used to be Sanchez.
I know. His name changes a lot. Don't trust it. He's a Fed. He brought gay porn. You see how it doesn't add up? Fed.
Hey, whoa.
He's a glowy. Not a...
Oh, God. Anyways, Francis Bacon's mother, this will come back into play, is a
here we
steel heiress. So she comes from money, old British family. Anyways, they move back and forth in between Ireland and London all the time, but Francis has asthma as a child, which today means nothing, but back then was like a really big deal, I guess.
Okay.
Anyways, he was a shy child who enjoyed dressing up and was very effeminate.
How effeminate.
Yeah.
Very effeminate. Like to the point that his dad hated it, very effeminate.
So did mine.
I mean, the thing that's ironic is
Don't cry.
your dad's British, so he's already pretty effeminate.
Well, he's,
I do say, why are you prancing about?
that is a good
You
point.
know, his dad was probably just a good old-fashioned ponce, and he thought his son was a nonce.
Well, his dad,
Don't even look that up.
I don't know what any of that means, but his dad is
It
though,
rhymed, yeah. Very nice, Kurt. See, even the way that I'm doing, like I'm just
You have to, okay, part
I
of
think
going
it's
to
just
Oxford.
British. It sounds
Slathering
gay.
you.
Just so you know,
Yes.
going to higher education in the UK, the great
Yeah.
schools like Oxford, older than the Aztec Empire, one of the classes for you is doing some gay shit. Not
Well-
because you're gay. They don't even look at it like that. It's how powerful people look at it.
yeah, that's
It's
how
just
I like
a socket to plug in for power.
yeah.
And you go to a boys' school, and they all have an Oscar Wilde time.
But his dad, instead of being like the Oxford type of British person, he was like, he worked at the War Office and was a war veteran. He was the opposite way. So they moved back to London during
Oh, he was like a
World-
low class.
No, they're pretty high class, but he chose the military group instead of the academic. So he went military. So that's why he's so hard on Francis
Yeah, I'm
Bacon.
sure they weren't fucking in the ass.
I mean, come on.
So, yeah,
But anyways,
part of it is
during
based on
it's a long time to be away.
yeah, during
Sorry, are we hard?
Oh, back at sea again. Damn, Drat! Drat, my dear, I must leave you again for
Are you coming?
the high seas.
Stop writing her. She'll get it eventually. With a big old quill that tickles you tickle somebody's asshole.
Okay. Now, is this about Francis Bacon?
No, that's scene 2 in that movie. Sorry.
the feather.
You did walk. All right.
Yeah, it's Paris.
Yeah, of
Look
course
at-
he watched it. He had to test out the merchandise.
My hand.
If it's Paris, why are they all white? Where's the
That
Arabs?
one's tanned.
Yeah, they're tan.
Where's the illegal Syrian immigrants if that's Paris?
Well,
Where's the Somalis?
I'm pretty sure who smuggled that was probably illegal.
Where are the Algerians? Oh, that guy could be Algerian. Okay.
So during World War I, they moved back to London because his dad worked for the war, obviously, and
Your
then
dad
back
worked
to
for the
Ireland
war?
for the Irish Civil War. So
Whoa.
that's the beginning of the IRA. Does everyone know what the
I mean,
IRA
Oh,
is?
shit, really?
Yeah. So, but they're
Wow.
on the wrong. I don't want to say that. They're on the other side. They're on the British side. His
Right.
dad worked in the war office.
The proddy
then-
cunts, they call them.
Yeah. And
Jesus
then
That's not my words.
when the Irish got their freedom, they moved back to England because they were like, job is done here. You know,
Oh, wow.
we failed. Which the Irish didn't fully get their freedom,
Yeah.
but part of them did. So
And then that
None of
guy
us.
painted with his left foot. That was the... I don't know if you know that, but Daniel Day-Lewis paints with his left foot. I'm not good at history.
Then why don't you shut up and learn something
Yeah, I'm going to drink this.
while I have this pink vape because I'm straight?
that's actually the color of the non-binary flag. So good for you for being supportive for
While I
Pride.
have some of this pride-colored vape.
So
Can we zoom in on him putting his lips around it?
100%.
Yes,
Yeah. We'll
yes.
keep doing
Very
that
nice.
throughout the episode. Why
Very
not?
nice.
Oh, it's too much.
So in 1924, at what is described as a fancy dress party at a private estate called Cavendish Hall, which is in Suffolk, it's actually his cousin's home. So they do come from money. So
Okay.
that thing earlier, they're just not academics. But at age 15, Francis dressed up as a flapper girl.
I mean, that is.
Does everyone know what a
yeah.
flapper girl is?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he had lipstick, high heels, beaded dress, the cigarette holder,
Oh,
the
my
whole
goodness.
thing. But it was a dress-up party, so everyone was like cool with it, like
To
this
pick
is-
a flapper as your thing, like the most like hoary thing you could.
It
pick.
is very
That'd be like
hoary.
me picking Blanche.
You understand this
Again,
is 19.
not good at history.
Look, this is like 1924 after the most horrific war. Okay, so there is no God now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Most
Okay.
people
shit.
have half a face and they're like, there is no God. Okay?
Yeah.
So now, I think how demented you have to be after World War I to just be like dressing up like a fucking flapper at a party when there's people walking around with half a face
Well,
And then
from
kicking
your
up that
cunt
skirt every
family's
once in a while.
business of working for the war.
yeah, your
So
family
that's
is not
a
injured.
unplugged,
Yeah.
right, like satanic, generationally abused, Mithraic
Or
drag queen.
He's being silly. Like,
He's expressing himself. Yeah, he's
It's all
being
the
silly.
same.
Well, we'll get farther into it and it'll make more sense. Anyways, his parents send him off to boarding school, which is called Dean Close School. It's still open in Cheltenham.
Come on, man. That's like a porn star's name.
Dean Close.
Dean Close.
That's on this DVD.
Starring Dean Close. Francis ran away from this boarding school multiple times. He absolutely hated it.
And he ran like Steven Seagal.
Oh, you guys see footage to see if he's gonna run.
Hey, I'll have to put that in here.
Let me put it this way: he runs like Francis Bacon away from Jesus Academy.
Yeah, so away from his Christian boarding school.
I do say, Margaret, I think he's queer.
He runs like there's like the thing they put on horses with a dangling carrot. It's like that of a cock. And he runs like he's trying to get it. That's how Steven Seagal and
And he always gets the balls just under his nose. He doesn't get the cock
Never
quite
quite
in.
there.
it ain't Francis Bacon. If you call him Sir Francis Bacon, he goes, "It's ma'am,
Oh, God.
it's ma'am,
Well,
Francis Bacon."
by 1926, Francis Bacon was clearly gay, and everybody knew it at that point.
I think it went a little bit beyond gay.
Yeah, and his family was not okay with it.
Oh God,
That was good.
That's what I would have done.
that was shrill.
Look at that bacon boy.
I read
Oh.
I read a quote by him where at one point they asked him as an adult, they were like, "Did you ever come out to your mother?" And he was like, "Why would I come out to her back then?"
I came out of her. Snap.
He said homosexuality.
He did one of those.
Flap.
Spilled the tea on that one.
You guys are over effeminate.
Sorry. He said what?
They said that back then homosexuality was something everyone knew of, but no one actually knew anyone who was that. So
Back
what was
then.
the point of coming out? So no, he never came out to his family, but everyone knew.
Well, that's very interesting because everybody I know that's closeted in this day and age, they creep the shit out of me. If you're
Yeah.
in the closet now, and they're not people, you're like, oh, what are they in a footloose town?
Well, but
With
some
the
people,
church? No.
some people do have.
No, it's like FBI. It's people that want to be successful in government that pretend they're not gay. Also entertainment.
Yeah,
And
that's
you
creepy.
are a creep. I mean, to pretend you. By the way, gay's like a brand now. It's like honestly, I'm more with the people that are like, there's no, a hole's a hole. Like that's how people are. And the term gay just came out.
I
Like,
thought that was lame.
going
Yeah,
for
I
it.
thought that was
gay.
lame.
Like, do you ever see Hello Dolly? Sounds gay. Hello Dolly. She's like, well, he's the gayest man in Yonkers. And she set him up on a date with a man because he was just a happy guy.
What?
Remember that? Back in the day, gay was not homosexual.
Oh yeah, it used to mean
We'll have a
happy.
gay time, right?
Yeah,
We'll have a gay old
it did mean
time.
happy back then.
So,
That's why
yeah.
he says homosexual, because that means specifically what
Yeah,
he's saying.
so like,
Yeah.
people always misunderstand. Like, yes, homosexuality exists. Obviously, the term "gay" is a marketing term. It's just a
Well-
marketing term. Sure, I don't care if you use it, but
Yeah.
it's all these things are these bullshit like marketing terms, and they're designed to make you in a specific framework all the time. You know what I mean? And these rich people, they don't observe that framework. That's for peasants.
Yeah, well, that was kind of my point. Is they don't? They're not. It's not that they're not okay with him being gay. They know he's gay. There's no reason to talk about it because we're doing our own thing, which is a rich people thing.
That's why
Yeah.
Will Smith and his goofy kid with the dress, that's the same argument they had.
Yeah.
As this.
Wow.
So
I promise you it's the same argument. Well, it's like, son, we're all gay here, but we got to pretend.
well,
Yeah.
not his dad though, because his dad became violently abusive towards him and
Well,
started
he
He hit
beating
Chris
him.
Rock. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, and also, he was emancipated from his parents, so.
What?
What's Jaden Smith?
Oh, was he? I didn't know that.
Emancipated.
Oh, he was? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
I didn't know that.
Real weird, huh?
That is a good point. I forgot Will Smith is violent also.
Violently gay.
Yeah,
No,
well,
I told you, dude. They
and
make you got to either
because he's closeted and because his family like kind of didn't ignored that all of this was going on. There is a story that he was raped by at least one of the stable hands. That's
just called horseback riding.
as like a
Yeah.
15-year-old boy. So
Yeah, that's
Boy,
ancient
we're,
Greek.
we're going out there for Jaden Smith.
No, do you know what that is?
Oh, he
wait.
wasn't. Sorry.
That,
What?
I promise you, that's some kind of abuse ritual. That's what a centaur is. A centaur is
Yeah.
a pederast. Did you know that?
No.
The half man Hercules had a centaur tutor, and then Hercules had a boy in his own right. So think of that, a stable hand. That's just stuff they do. Let me tell you something. England is based on so much weird butt stuff to dudes at important
well, the
places.
closetedness of it.
I don't.
I'm
Yes,
dreaming.
because they all have this dipshit. The things
Because
they
they're
think-
not accepting
look,
of it.
Can
Yeah.
we play God Save the Queen?
No, fuck that bitch. Look, they're the serpent race. You understand? The whole world has been a battle of eagle versus serpent. Eagle being the fascist, serpent being the pervert. That's the eternal struggle of priests and kings. And that creep King Charles, all the conspiracies and all that shit, it all came out of England. It didn't come out of Jews. It came out of fucking England.
Well, right around this time, at age 16, Francis, his father finds him in their bedroom, dressed up in his mother's underwear, staring at himself in the mirror.
It sounds like The Mudge Boy. Did you ever see The Mudge Boy? You know a movie?
No.
Oh.
Anyways, he kicks him out. But because his mom has a trust fund, she gives him $3, 3 pounds.
Well, I don't trust her. Okay.
Which is, at the time, £5 a week was like the average pay. So it was a little less than, so to do nothing, he got paid a little less than average.
Wear
That's
panties
called
to do
UBI.
nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of my
Universal
point.
basic income.
They make it seem like this is like the cruelest thing ever, which kicking him out, sure, but like you're giving him money also.
I have to pay
so.
for my own cock.
Oh, no.
So he works a couple of different jobs. He hates all of them. He
The
quits.
spotted dick.
Is that like a bar in England? A spotted dick.
Wait.
It's an STD.
Can I ask
No.
something? You said he lived on the streets reading knit cheese?
Nietzsche.
Is that you misspelled Nietzsche. I thought it says knit cheese. A lot of people on the street got knit cheese. That's a fact. You don't want that.
I was typing quickly and I don't know how to spell. This is for me to read, not for
Were
you
you
to
reading
read.
knit cheese?
This was typed for me
for
to
you
read.
listener, it's,
Oh, is that
it's-
why we should read it?
It's spelled NITCHEZE. Wow, I didn't even mean to throw that one joke
Knit
in there.
cheese, yeah. Living on the streets.
Anyways, so he's
I
not.
got a bad case.
That's the
of
name of our
cheese.
punk band, our gutter punk band.
I hate that you spelled it so everyone knows I'm retarded. It was just for
Well,
me
they
to
know
read.
I'm gay now, thanks to you.
You brought gay porn.
It said he engaged in theft.
This turns from high class to just pointing at each other.
You did this.
It's a bad juju with this
Sorry, I'm gonna get
abomination
washed.
you brought. They're called DVDs. They're done. Throw them out.
No,
Watch your
Well,
gay porn digitally.
we can cut cocaine with them.
I hit the wall. While living in London on the streets reading Nietzsche, not knit cheese. His younger brother dies of pneumonia, and so he has to go back home to the
He
countryside.
died of shame
whatever will we
because he
do?
wasn't proud.
Well, he had to go home. At this point, after the funeral, his father places him in the care of a family friend who was a
my
racehorse
God.
breeder who worked for his
Centaur.
father. A real manly man was the way that his father described
This is
him.
the beginning of a porno.
And
I
that
was gonna
man,
say that's the plot of this movie.
that man takes him to Berlin in 1927.
This is like in Africa, you hear about their daughters are lesbians, so they hire a guy to rape her.
What?
You didn't hear of corrective rape as a big story.
I don't even know if we should.
Am I pulling shit out of my asshole? There was a big thing about in certain. I don't remember what country they would do a thing called corrective rape. Oh, South Africa.
Really?
A lot of weird stuff was coming out of South Africa.
Well, they are Dutch.
Okay. No, this was an African thing, and it was my daughter is a lesbian, so they'd hire a manly man to like force himself on their daughter, to straighten her out.
What a great
I
job
think
that
That's the
must
worst
be.
gay conversion camp I've ever heard.
I know. I guess they're like, look, once you've dug a gay hole, the best way is all the way through. You know what I mean? Just like we're gonna try to lesbian her onto the other side. Or the other side of the veil, which is straight.
Do you think that's why they call it a glory hole? It's because it was conversion?
No, that is more like
hole to
Jesus
glory.
Christ. Thank you for the yes and.
a glory hole. A glory hole is more conversion, like currency rates. Like. But we're getting off topic.
Okay, so
Wait,
Touch
this
my
guy-
leg every once in a while.
this
When
is-
you're going to throw that heavy shit at me.
So the stuff that you would hear about, in Africa, look what they do. The stuff they're doing there is just high class shit. That's what his dad did.
his dad. Okay, so this gets really.
His dad literally did the same thing.
This
with
gets
him.
really interesting right here because the guy that he gave him to, his name is Hyatt Hancourt Smith.
Pig hat.
Hyatt.
Okay.
It's just a weird name. It's a weird British name. Francis
Higgett.
Bacon, for the rest of his life, insists that he was sold to this man, not that he was given to this man as a caregiver.
That's SRA.
But
That's
he was
satanic
sold to this
That
man.
is a thing that people say about Senator Robert Byrd, that they were sold to
Yes.
him. These
Really?
motherfuckers, do you think people stop doing slavery just because you think it's bad?
This
No.
this man was a violent sadist who, in Francis's words, broke him in. And he doesn't say it like in a nice way. Like this is like a very traumatizing part of his life. That his dad, I guess, found out he was gay and went like exactly like Kurt was saying, like full in on it and was like, "Oh, I'll make
Yeah.
you not gay by giving you to this
Oh,
pedophile
By the way,
monster."
so
at
look,
least their parents cared enough to do that.
ew, it's no, you don't want that.
I'm kidding.
Look,
Wait,
Award
for
for
all
the
the gays
worst
listening to. Whoa.
well,
I'm
yo.
just teasing.
Look, so the crime is not being gay. They all do that shit. Well, no, the crime is being gay. The crime is being like, I'm a girl. Like you
Is that
rein
why
it
you
in.
keep slapping my hand away? Look
Yeah.
how red it is.
Yeah, that's not appropriate.
This man, anyways, after they get to Berlin, okay, this was the other interesting thing. Hancourt Smith. I think this man is the brother to Sir Cecil Hancourt Smith,
the fuck
who
is
was
that?
the director of the Victoria and Albert Museum. So if you know anything about art and you live in the UK, you know what the Victoria and Albert Museum is.
I don't.
This is how high up this Hancourt Smith guy was. He's connected in a family of probably ritual pedophile.
Oh my God.
What family?
Wow.
The Hancourt Smith family.
They're a bunch of
They're upper class British.
they're
and
boy handlers from way back.
yes, they're boy handlers. So
That's how I
then
used to say it. I call it boy handling.
he violently abuses Bacon for I think like 2 or 3 months.
That's
and
a
then
degree you
leaves
can
him
get
in
now
Berlin.
UCLA.
Okay.
Boy handling.
So then
He
while
leaves him for a woman, it says.
it leaves him because this guy is not homosexual. The Hancourt Smith guy, he's a monster. It's not the same thing.
But do you know why they do that stuff? It's all mind control. It's like torture, then you get, well, whatever. Keep going, I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, while in Berlin and alone after Hancourt Smith leaves him, Bacon gets very into cinema. So at this time, it's silent films. So he goes and sees Fritz Lang's Metropolis, which is a German sci-fi.
Metropolis. That's the one that, what's the name just remade?
Yeah.
It is Metropolis.
Coppola. Yeah,
Yeah.
very
This-
creepy. And
this-
And
he's,
look, he got Shawn Waynes to star in Battleship Pokemon.
wow.
So the other movie he becomes
See?
obsessed with
Thank you.
is
Give me a little- there
Sergei
you go.
Eisenstein's Battleship Potemkin, which
Potemkin.
Potemkin. I got them all
Potemkin?
wrong.
Actually, that's better.
I
Pokemon.
watched parts of both of these films. They're both super cool, but Battleship, how do you say it? Potemkin? Potemkin?
It's Pokemon.
Pokemon.
There's
Battleship
Battleship
Pokemon.
Pokemon with
Has-
Shawn Waynes.
Are you guys familiar with that movie at all?
No, not at all.
It is crazy cool.
It looks like Big Mama's house.
It is awesome. It's a silent film, and it's like it makes you feel like it's not a silent film. It's like one of the best put together, like the way the cuts are done and close-ups. It's just insane.
It's a porn?
Really?
Yeah, so I'm gonna add
Let me see here.
a
Did-
specific
maybe the director did this one too. Let's see.
Eisenstein.
Oh, I'm thinking of Battleship Pokemenkin.
No, so this one, This movie is from a Jewish Russian. A Russian Jew made this. What did you say?
This is why I fell in love with this man.
Battleship Poke Menkin, the porno. Battleship Poke Menkin. I don't understand why this is a big deal. Pride Month.
I'm going to include a part.
I do say, rape him last. He's adorable.
You're the worst, Kurt. So specifically a scene in this movie that he loves is called the Odessa Steps scene. I'm going to actually include like a minute of that in the final
Odessa
cut.
Steps? Why is it called
Mine's
Odessa
scene 3.
Steps?
It's the steps in Odessa. It's this guy,
Ukraine?
Russia.
But Odessa's in Ukraine, I thought.
Ukraine was not a country when this
No,
came.
I know.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch
It's
this
in
as soon
Russia.
as I get home. So you've seen Battleship
Wait,
Pokemon.
go back. Go.
Yes, so this is Battleship. This movie, the Odessa Steps scene.
love you.
I just said to you, you weren't listening, but he's a Jewish Russian.
Yeah.
A Russian
I
Jew.
I tried to ignore it. What you
So
said.
the Odessa Step scene is one of the coolest scenes you will see. It's like super emotional. The score is crazy. I'm going to include a little clip of it right here
I'm
so you can
getting out
see
for
it.
this. This is so
It's super cool. Francis Bacon specifically gets obsessed with this image of this nurse screaming as she gets shot in this scene. It's like the climax part of it. So you'll see it.
But what's that robot with
These
the
other
fucking...
three images
That's Star
are
Wars.
Metropolis. These are images from
But what is the
Metropolis.
upside down pentacle?
I
Yeah, I was
haven't
gonna say.
haven't watched the full movie, so I don't know. I've only seen parts of it, but that's Metropolis. Those are scenes from it.
That's real
imagery,
creepy.
holy
It's
It's super cool. Go watch
I
both of
cannot
those
wait for
films.
this.
Yeah.
Can we
So-
watch? Oh, wow.
Yeah, let's watch them. They're cool. They're silent films, but the scores are crazy. They're incredible. So after this, he goes to Paris after leaving Berlin.
See, Paris Perfect. That's one of the movies I brought. Tell me that's not why we're awesomely friends.
I know, that worked out so serendipitously.
See?
In Paris, he befriends an old lady who completely takes care of him. She cooks for him. She cleans for him. She kind of like adopts him
Thank you for being
temporarily.
Oh, what do they call that for pride? It rhymes with hag, and you rhyme it with an F hag. So he meets a wonderful
No,
F hag.
She's my fairy godmother.
Yeah.
she's an old lady. She's like a grandma age.
God,
She's
I
got
wanted
kids.
to make a Nikki Glazer reality show called F Hag. You remember F Boy Island?
F Hag Island.
F Hag Island. A bunch of Fs, a bunch of three hags.
God.
Nikki will also be the host of this one. I think that's appropriate.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man. F Hag Island.
That actually is a good idea.
I mean, it'd be better if I could say the word. Be a lot better if I could say the word.
Yeah, but it works for the show better if you don't, you know?
No, hers is called F Boy Island.
Yeah, so F Hag Island.
Because a whole generation of kids, if I say an F Hag, they don't even know what the fuck I'm saying.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why you
think
call them
you're
fruit
right
flies.
now.
You call them fruit flies, and that's the polite way to refer to them.
A fruit fly?
Erica Bruce.
Are you reclaiming that? I wouldn't reclaim that one.
Is that one offensive?
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but I thought that's what we were going for.
In Paris,
That was the goal.
in Paris, he befriends.
So then he lives there. He's constantly going into the city and going to museums and going to galleries and things like that. At this point, he sees.
Fruit fly. I get it. That's good.
It took a minute. Eric got away earlier.
I didn't get it, but that's great. A fruit
I
fly.
can't claim that. Thank you, my gay friend Paul from Florida. That was
No, he
his.
meets a fruit fly.
Is he
Makes
seeing
sense.
anyone?
He's too old for you. He's married.
Oh.
Nicholas Poussin's Massacre of the Innocents was another image that really struck him when he was there.
Why? Because the guy with the sword and the kid, so he stuck a dick in his ass. Look,
No,
you see the imagery?
he's
Look at the man.
sacrificing the child.
Yes, that's how they do it. Do you understand?
That looks like how I would step on my uncle when he was drunk.
Look,
Shut up!
The trauma's coming out in this one. Anyway, so
Let me up.
he sees Picasso's work at a gallery in I guess Paris at the time.
okay.
Maybe that was
I don't
back
know,
in
I don't know if I can say this word. Look at how cunty the woman is in blue. I don't see anything.
I didn't even notice that before. She's
Yeah,
like,
wait,
"Well,
why
I'm just going to go this way.
Hold on, wait. What? Whoa. Why is that? That's like some
That's
kind
a
of
Clinton
allegory.
woman right there. I don't know if she
That's
was in
Hillary
the house
Clinton.
of Clinton.
That's right.
Thank you.
I can't zoom in on it, but I wonder if she's screaming or if she's like flipping her hair like who cares?
She's flipping her hair clearly.
Yeah. We wanted the baby not to be hurt, but by stepping on its neck and then cutting it in half.
It's
You got
definitely
to sell
fucked
this.
up now.
Look, you got to make the women think it's going to happen. Or you've done intelligence work as a fake gay man.
Can we talk about that really quick? All right, just
Yeah,
a quick
go
little
for it.
aside. Out of the kindness of my heart, I see sweet Kurt standing outside the Improv, and I said,
Just
"Hey,
hanging out,
yeah, he's
hustling.
just like fucking counting lights or something, whatever he's
I
doing."
was leaning against a lamppost, and I had a cowboy hat.
You that boy, what day is it?
I go, well, heck, I'm just in from old Missouri. Well, it sure is a big city, mister.
And I came limping like Dustin Hoffman.
That's right, I'm a hustler.
Come on, you can get all kinds of pussy here. Come on, get in the car. So yeah,
I'm walking here.
So I go, Kurt, would you like a rock? Because you go, I got a set at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
I go, I know where it is.
Blurted it at you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were both pretty fucking, yeah. So anyways, I go, well, here, I'll give you a ride. And my car is a mess. So it like really messy though. So he gets in, and as he's shoving like
The boxes,
all this shit.
water bottles.
Yeah. That I give to charity. Just trying to move sound like an asshole. He goes, "This is why you're not gay." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Look at this shit. Look, you got coffee. Look at all the. You're on a stakeout. I know what this is." And mind you, like the windows are down, so people are like, "What the fuck are they fighting about?" And he goes, "Look, yeah, Sanchez, you got to go deep undercover.
No.
We're gonna get him."
I said, you're in too deep. Your wife Marisol calls and asks after you. I don't know what to tell her, Sanchez. It's not worth it. Get off this one,
We're gonna
Sanchez.
get him, Kurt. God damn it.
Did you ever see Cruising with Dustin Hoffman?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, it's Al Pacino.
Oh,
Yeah, it is Al Pacino.
it's Al Pacino.
I know my gay cinema. Oh, okay.
I actually never have seen Cruising. Didn't you say your dad took you to see that movie?
Ooh, yeah, and that's
No,
how he got him in the
I
seat.
did not
Look,
say my
That's
dad.
actually a portrait of
My dad
Kurt's
did-
dad
did-
putting him in the seat to watch Cruising.
My dad did not take me to see Cruising. First of all,
Everybody get in the car. We're going to see Cruising.
when did Cruising come out?
I thought you
the
told me
70s.
that.
I was just born. Okay,
I
my
thought
dad
you told
rented
me.
it one time.
Okay.
Oh, he was.
My
the guy
mom
that
was out of
rented it.
town. It was
Yeah,
just
look
us.
at that's her leaving.
Yeah.
Whatever, baby Kurt, you'll be fine.
No, because it's what's his name directed it.
But you watched it with your dad. This was my point.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not totally off on that.
Yeah, my dad would get cool movies all the time. He would get shitty sci-fi from, like, there's all those full moon productions, like Doll Man and shit. And he would get, he would get, like, really good shit. And
And then he got.
it was a good
Cruising
time,
and-
we would watch all kinds of things.
And don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. And
No, we didn't watch that one. I've never seen it.
all that
I think it's about
queering up of a
separating-
young boy.
Okay, go ahead. So
Well,
what's-
no, I was going to say, while he's going to all these museums and stuff, I mentioned he saw Picasso's gallery, and he thought to himself after seeing Picasso, because he was always kind of like an artsy kid, he thought to himself, well, I guess I will try to paint too. Maybe that can be a way that I can express myself. And at this time, he returns to London and moves in with his childhood nanny, who's also a fruit fly, Jessie Lightfoot.
well, maybe not. Listen,
She's the maternal figure in his life all the way through.
she's his handler.
No, I would say she's the opposite of that.
Why?
Because she protected him from certain things and tried to protect him from like the Hancourt Smith guy.
A handler?
Yes.
What's called a handler? A handler.
You think she's a handler?
Do you know what a handler is?
Yes, but she seems nice. I would say if
He had a nice handler then.
I would say if anything, maybe the other guy's the handler. So anyways, he moves in with Jessie Lightfoot and also Eric Alden.
A handler's like a manager.
Yes. So Eric Alden is his first collector. So I would say that's probably his handler.
What do you mean his first collector?
The first collector of his art.
Oh, he didn't collect his jizz in a cup.
No, not that type of collector.
No, put it on the cookie.
That is a really British thing, the ookie cookie thing. The British are getting it today in this episode.
They don't call it that. They call it a sticky biscuit. Oh, it's a bit of a sticky biscuit.
Oh, no.
Well, now you're one of the lads.
Never go to Oxford.
Now you're young Jack. Young man Jack. Every man Jack had a icky biscuit.
No, dip it in the tea. It tastes so much better.
Oh.
So at this time, he decides that maybe not art, but maybe he'll get into interior design because that's more of a business. So he's like, I'm going to start making furniture. My friends are going to make rugs. We're going to do this stuff, all inspired kind of by Picasso and by that movement.
Oh, that'd be great decorating. Picasso.
Well, these are 3 of his rugs, and I got to say, they're pretty
that
cool.
That was the gayest bitchy thing I've ever heard you say.
those
that's
are
great
rugs?
Picasso.
That was really sassy.
I like these, though. Oh, that's the rugs? I like it.
You got sassy Kurt. So
You know what? Those are great rugs.
they are great rugs. I like
they really
those
tie
rugs.
the room together.
So he takes this up, and one of his patrons who's constantly buying the furniture and stuff that he's making and the rugs, decides he needs to take up oil painting instead of just making interior design stuff.
Okay.
And at this point, he meets a businessman, I'd say upper middle class businessman in London. His name is Eric Hall, and Eric Hall becomes his full financier and also lover.
Okay, like
Yes.
a Ron Burkle.
Who's
Ron Burkle's a billionaire, though.
Who's Ron Burkle?
He's that gross redhead billionaire that worked with P. Diddy, and he's one of the masterminds of the thing.
Oh,
and
I
he's
know
friends
who
with the
you're talking
Clintons, and he looks like the guy from Ferris Bueller, the principal who turned out to be a diddler.
Oh my God!
He has a real look like that guy, but not as handsome as that.
Wait, is that the same guy from the
Howard the
Beetlejuice?
Duck.
Same guy from Beetlejuice.
He
Okay.
looks kind of like a grosser version, if Weinstein and the dad from Beetlejuice of Winona Ryder
Had a clone child.
had a gross billionaire who funds all the gross things.
Did I ever tell you I went to a pool party at Bryan Singer's house?
No, you didn't.
I did.
Okay, that is how we're going to end
That's
this
how we
episode.
know you're
gotta
undercover.
Tell us more. What do you mean?
I know you're deep undercover. Go on. Go on.
Wait,
I want to hear it. Yeah.
You really want to hear that?
Yes, I want to hear that story.
Why didn't you open with that?
Yeah.
You told me to get
Talking
you
about this homo who's dead.
I never told you he was dead.
Isn't he dead?
Yeah.
If you have black and white pictures, I figure you're dead. Right? You got photos of you in black and white.
I guess
I was going to say that is a really good
I did say
argument.
he was born in 1909, so yeah,
This
he
has
does
always
have
been our friendship is we're like,
I was
he
born
talks
into a
lot
world of
shit,
color
but he's
photography.
Right,
It's right.
When he's right about the hard ones, he's really right about them. Okay. I'm going to do it in front of the gay porn. I don't like him looking at me. It's like that scene in Casino when he's robbing. He's like, I don't like him looking at me. Okay. Checking.
I hope it's on. You've been talking into it this whole time.
All right. So, friends of mine were friends of his. I went to college with these guys. This was maybe, I'd say, 12 years ago before shit really, right around the time of Jack the Giant Slayer.
Superman Returns was before that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I met, what's his name that did the score for that movie? Really nice guy. Okay, so I get invited to this party, and it's in it's a private pool party, and I have a really good story for this. Holy shit. Okay, so.
Are you remember? It's washing over you, the memories?
Well, Bryan liked me because I liked film. So we would talk about.
You talked to him.
Yeah. So. So I go to this pool party, and I am the ugliest motherfucker there.
It's just all models?
How old are you?
Oh my God. I was in my 20s. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, lucky. You were protected then, right?
Well, yeah, because they were all darting for me. But, they had this pool, and everybody there was just fucking hot. You remember that
pool full of boys.
The Ken
Boy
doll
Super.
guy, the Justin Jedlicka?
Wait, say that
I think he
again?
might have been there. Anyway, so
Wait,
we're
who?
do you know who Justin Jedlicka is?
Who is that?
He's the plastic surgery guy.
That sounds familiar, but
Yeah.
I can't think of
What
who
do you
it
mean
is.
by that? He's a doctor or a victim?
No, he's just had a bunch of plastic
I know who
surgery.
he is.
Yeah.
he
He's
look
like
like a
the
doll?
Ken doll guy or whatever.
exactly.
Yes.
So he used to come around
Yeah.
all the time.
He's got a
So-
lot of work done. He's
Yeah.
like a different human. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what
So-
aliens are, by the way. They're like old ancient rich people got too much shit done. They can't
Oh, yeah.
detransition now.
Yeah.
No.
That's why they need your cum. Fucking gross.
Or a sticky biscuit.
Yeah. The order of the icky biscuit. She rules your life. Okay, sorry. Get on this Bryan Singer thing. I apologize.
So, Brian shows me like some pretty awesome shit, like stills and stuff like it.
Yeah.
He's got like a documentary of Billy Wilder's birthday with like
Really?
amazing
With who?
cool shit. Billy Wilder, like
With who?
Francis Ford Coppola, Steven Spielberg, like they were all like
Yeah, no,
it's
yeah.
incredible. So we would always talk about cool shit like that.
Why does he have that?
And because he's a big fan of he was a big fan of Billy Wilder.
Well,
And so he got
Billy Wilder's
invited
a great
to the
screenwriter. But
he got invited to that party. So he was just
Yeah.
talking to me about that. So I'll never forget this. We go by the pool and I've got my feet in and so does my buddy. And these fucking ripped guys just back up into the pool.
okay.
And I start massaging whatever. And like, yeah, it was the only time in my life ever that like I was getting mistaken for like, oh, he must be a big producer.
Because you were
he's
heavy at the pool.
hideous.
No, Hideous. Their version of Hideous is like.
Oh yeah.
Well, because you weren't one of the boy toy
Exactly.
models
'Cause
that
I
was
wasn't
invited
wearing a little
for.
fucking brief that
That's
had like
incredible.
Because
12
they
inches of cock spread around my hip.
Because they were invited to be.
Exactly. They were, but so anyways, this is the
How old do you think they were?
Oh, they were of age.
20s.
And the only reason
Yeah.
I say this is because they had 4 security guards checking IDs outside because by that time there were kids trying to sneak in all the time. So, yeah. So and this guy's kind of like jerking me off a little bit. Like he's, it's just like and then Brian disappears as he often did with 2 really good-looking guys. And They took off. That was the end of the night for us. And then like we ended up talking later and then, whatever.
Was one of them Brad Renfro? You see Bully?
That's so. Wait, did he invite you?
It's at Pupil, isn't it? I didn't see Bully.
No, but the movie Bully with Brad Renfro, it's about that Florida murder. Brad, supposedly some gay guy who was into it.
Yeah.
But I think he was young. It was with Bryan Singer, and Brad Renfro was like sitting on the edge of the bed and he said Bryan Singer was the catcher and was really loud, and he remembers thinking like, oh, can't everybody hear Bryan Singer crying out like Meek Mill in a goddamn P. Diddy recording?
Which in all honesty, it was so fascinating. So like Brian and I at one time we were talking about some movie.
So wait, you were friends with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were talking about some movie, and this guy comes in. He's like, Brian, I can't find the vodka. And Brian was like, what are you doing? Why are you being so rude right now? And like he was like, I'm sorry. And he's like, and this guy, this like 20-something, just comes over and he's like, I didn't know you guys were talking about movies. I'm sorry. And Brian's like, it's all right. Like,
Get out of here, you
and
piece of meat.
But this is what was wild.
Like that
was
guy's
like,
pounding Brian. Brian's a receiver.
exactly. That's why I always thought like when Brian would get called to the carpet for all this shit, like he made me do. It was just like, I'm sure there was some abuse there, but you definitely took what was offered to you, and now you're mad because it wasn't what you were promised.
So you think he doesn't play both sides? He's always
yeah.
okay.
I never heard he was bisexual.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant top and bottom.
No.
Like
no.
he was
Yeah.
not both ways. He was only
No.
okay.
He was the bottom of these relationships to a point where I remember talking with him, and he had told me one time. He goes, "Yeah, I know," because we were hanging out one time when
Don't incriminate yourself.
This took a hard left turn. And I was like, how do you stand this shit? Like this is
it's a good question.
weird.
Yeah.
And I was like, none of these guys like give a shit about you.
Well, yeah,
we were talking.
Yeah, what do you say?
He was like, I know. Oh, I know.
Okay.
And he goes, that's why I don't take that to heart.
Yeah.
Like he never took it seriously.
Well, because they're toys in a sense. Even though he's in that position, they're still his toys.
Well,
in a way.
and
Wow,
they
I would ask Bill Maher that about his black hooker fetish. That's what it is.
Maybe.
Bill Maher lives alone.
Really?
You know this?
No.
Yeah. I don't like children. I've always hated them.
Well, I'm going to say this. We didn't even get through half of the material on here, but that's okay.
But I brought a sticky biscuit.
That's okay because we had fun. So we're going to have a whole second half of this that we're going to do. Yeah. I mean, you haven't even gotten to his painting career.
We'll get some of it in.
No, I mean, we're over time. Yeah. So I will say where we will pick back up on this is at the end of his interior design career. It was very short-lived. He loses interest and he moves on to painting. Next episode will be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about his early inspiration and what he did in painting and then the rest of his life. So Kurt wants to wrap this up, but you can't. There's too much more. Do you want me to wrap it up just really quickly and you don't want to do a second episode on this?
When are we doing it?
What?
We're going to do it in time for Pride Month?
I don't know. Probably not.
We're not canceling Pride Month.
But we have to get done for Pride.
We have to look at all of his there's too much more.
Well, let's just watch this and we'll make up the rest. Sorry.
Yeah, there's too much more. We're gonna end on that. I brought the energy way down. Anyways, happy Pride. Happy this poor guy was abused, but also he kind of redeems himself and
How?
You know.
Does he expose the pedophile elite cabal that controls this world?
Well, I do think
No, but he made
That's
this
real, though.
table, which is really sturdy. I mean,
really good. I do think him calling attention and sticking with the fact that he was like, no, I was sold to this guy. That means a lot. That he
that shows you generational abuse. That's a thing they did for a long time.
Yeah.
That creep Jimmy Savile and fucking Lord Mountbatten and King Charles now. Do you know about this?
This is so fucking
he
fascinating.
had to get away from his family because he was being abused, obviously.
Yeah, he's a I promise you he's an SRA guy. His family follows what they call the old religion.
SRA is satanic ritual abuse.
Yeah, and so like in fucking Pennsylvania and
that
shit,
means.
dude, Pennsylvania, they all these weird like in Arden, Delaware is the cult of the Marquis of Hell. They run that. It's an art community where they're very bohemian.
No. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Oh, I should put in that clip from that if we're talking about Arden, Delaware, that weird clip. I'll do it on the Patreon only episode.
All the
of Arden, Delaware, because
I fucking love you guys. We could have done this podcast with me just trying to find parking. And you guys talking in the back.
Not when we hear about the sad life of Bryan Singer.
I know that was an amazing thing. Hey, you want to come back for the next episode and tell more Hollywood stories?
I have two really good stories that, honestly, like I said, Bryan was great to me.
I thought you were going to say in bed. All right, thank you.
Wait, but to other people, did he pinch his butt cheeks up and rip their dick off?
And then I heard abysmal stories about, because like I said, I am in no way taking up for Bryan's. What if you cut, like, Bryan was a great guy that you just cut right there. This has been our last episode.
Me going, so you guys are friends, right? You're friends.
No, but it's fascinating that, like, I don't even think of that because I haven't been to too many things that were like hot people and half of them are whores party.
Oh God,
Which
they're
is like-
wonderful.
I've been to a few in LA.
I've been to one.
You bitch.
Hey, I need you guys to say, on that note, plug your handles
Who's
and
party?
everything.
Oh, tell him about Rod Stewart. Did you tell it on this episode ever?
I don't think I've told the Rod Stewart thing at all.
So for her birthday,
This is so stupid.
well, okay, wait, I'll just.
You
For
tell
her
it.
birthday, we go. What was the restaurant?
Catch the steak catch. Yeah.
Steaks, okay. And Monterey was with us.
Yeah.
What's the dude she was seeing?
Shout out Monterey. Hi.
Anyways, there were a few people with us.
Oh, Harrison was there with his girl.
Harrison was there. Yeah.
So Jenny's sitting over here. She goes, and she's like, "Yeah, this Rod Stewart guy keeps looking at us."
Said this Rod Stewart looking motherfucker keeps staring at us.
Okay, so I turn around and look. I can't say anything. His back, the way his seat is, he's completely not facing, but has big hair.
He's turned around in his chair staring at our table.
Wait, no, wait, hold on. So all I see is back. I'm like, oh, he's Rod Stewart. But I'm like, so she kept saying us, okay? So I'm like, do I know Rod Stewart? Wait, and I'm looking, and he's like talking, and I go, wait, I think that is Rod Stewart, right? And I was like, so I'm going like, why would he stare at it? Like, do I know Rod Stewart? I don't think I've ever met that man in my life. He's staring at her tits. So this is how...
It was my birthday. I had this really low cut little dress on.
She's telling it to me like us is her and her tits. Okay?
It's
she doesn't want it to be
It's
true.
plural.
Look, no one wants to be true that the great Rod Stewart. So as it comes out.
Okay,
later,
I didn't know it was Rod Stewart when I said this Rod
No.
Stewart
Rod
looking
Stewart-looking
motherfucker.
Yeah, I've heard somebody was playing a prison show, a comic. I know somebody playing a prison in New York, maybe Riker, and he goes, "Oh, look at this Flavor Flav looking motherfucker," and it was Flavor Flav. It happened. It happens.
It happens sometimes.
So basically, I didn't understand as she had to explain it to me. He completely. This is how inappropriate, I guess. He had. What did you say? Okay, describe what you said.
He had a snifter, like a glass with with bourbon in it, and he had completely turned around in his chair to stare at me, which I thought was us. I thought he was staring at us.
The innocence of you.
Oh shit.
And I was like, why does he keep staring at us? What's the fucking deal?
So then she explained this to me, until I'm crying. Like, listen, I'll get his. You want his autograph? I'll go get it. Hey, Rod, you saw my girl's tits. Come on, man. She's like, no. She goes, don't do that. I'm like, nah, I got this, baby. Hey, Rod.
As I eat the rest of the meal,
Rod.
he
And you know what
kept
I
doing
say? I go, wait, tell me the most important part. His hairline. What did it look like? And what did you say?
I don't remember.
It looked like it was stapled to the top. He has Dragon Ball Z hair.
He does. He does
He's
have
like
Dragon
800
Balls.
years old. It was a real honor, though, that Mr. Rod Stewart.
He was smiling. He was having a good night. Anyways.
It's a great night. Talk about some birthday validation from the great Rod
Oh
Stewart.
yes. Happy Pride from us and Rod Stewart.
Yeah. I'm Jenna
However that plays
Sparrow.
out.
I need people to go follow my Instagram because every time I post clips of this, people don't see it. So follow
Boy, these things give you
Me.
a good buzz.
it's
Follow
2
you where?
underscores and then Jenna Sparrow and then 2 underscores. Eric, where can they find you?
Eric Rocha Comedy on Instagram. And,
There you go.
Yeah.
And Kurt.
KurtMetzgerComedy.com and Jimmy Dore Show and whatever. Who cares?
Yep,
Nobody
all those
cares.
things. Whatever.
Who
And we're
cares
ending
about
on
it?
that. We'll come back later on with more bacon time. So, thanks. Bye.
Can't believe you know Bryan Singer.
Okay, are we done?